on? What's crack-a-lacking? Oh, I'm gonna adjust it slightly. Oh, can I share this actually? Copy link. Let's put a link on it. There we go. I'm live. Good. Hello. How's it going, everyone? Is there a chat button? Can I see the chat? Where can I see the chat? This is the first time I've done this. And if it goes well, I might do more. How do I see the chat? Show me all messages. There we go. Hello. How's it going? People are arriving. I've literally just gone live, and I've never done this before, so I'm setting up. But you can see a little bit of different stuff in the background. Just get my phone plugged in because my phone is close to dying. This is all being done on my phone, so. Well, I feel like that's really wonky now. Oh yeah, that's wonky as a motherfucker. Yeah. Okay. Maybe don't have my phone plugged in for a bit. Hey, hello. Let's do this. Ugh. Okay. Sorry. This is. I used to live stream on Twitch. I was actually, I think, an affiliate on Twitch for a while. So, hey, Bryn, how's it going? Yeah, I was an affiliate on Twitch for a while. So, I used to live stream quite a lot. But doing just the face-to-face chatting stuff is very different. Hey, Mozza, how's it going? Hoping to see you tomorrow at the Fears event. Should I grab my watch box with my watch collection and stuff in? I think that would be quite cool. Talk you guys through my watch collection on our live stream. That'd be quite cool. And if you guys have any questions or stuff for me, just ask them, because like all I do really at the moment is videos. So it would be really nice to do some more just chatty stuff. Get some more questions. Do a lot less. State of the collection. Okay, we need a state of the collection. Bryn says. 1 second. I hope you guys aren't thinking I've got some amazing collection now. It's not very big. Well, it's actually 7 watches now, not including my parents' watches, because I still live with my parents. So don't judge me for that. But it's not a massive collection, and I almost just tipped everything out everywhere. That would have been good, wouldn't it? So I've got 6 watches in here. I need a bigger box now, though. I need a bigger box, and I've got my latest edition here. I'm not sure if you guys saw the my community post. How many of you saw it? But my new Christopher Ward 12X, which I am. No, not 12X. What am I on about? It's a 12 Ti 36mm in Lagoon Blue. And I love it. So it arrived, I think it's Friday today, isn't it? It arrived Wednesday. So I've had it over 2 days now, over 48 hours. And to be honest, it's barely left my wrist. It's honestly excellent. It was actually, so if you've watched the channel for a while, you'd know that we work a lot with Christopher Ward on a lot of stuff, a lot of things. I'm good mates with a couple of the guys there, and we've built a good relationship. Doesn't mean I'm always positive. Absolutely does not. With the moon phase that they bought out, I liked it, but I had criticisms. It's far too big. It's way too big. So it's not like they've bought positive reviews of me. So but this was a gift. This was a gift from the guys at Christopher Ward, and Terry's getting one too. Harry is getting one too. He's getting a 40mm version in the dark green. But the reason I picked this is it was the very first review watch I was ever given by a company. The 36mm in purple, if you've seen that video. So it's a really sentimental piece. 36mm 12 Ti. Not only is it amazing, but... Ooh, that's cool, Bryn. That's very, very cool. You've been wearing them since before they were cool. Well, it was actually the Watchfinder... it was the Watchfinder video on Christopher Ward, the original Blue Belcanto, that put them on my radar. Oh God, there's loads of people joining. Blake is cool. Yo, how's it going? Thomas Hudson. Yo, how's it crack-a-lacking? Kim. Is it pronounced? How's it pronounced? Kim. By the way, I love your reels. They are so good. Like the stuff that you've put out very recently about like watch theft and stuff in London is really, really cool. Yeah, sounds like Kim. Cool. Yeah, the stuff you've put about watch theft in London is really, really good. The one where you take your Tissot PRX off and put it in your pocket, that made me giggle. In all honesty. But yeah, it's what I do when I arrive in London. Whenever I have in the past, I live halfway between Reading and Bristol, so I don't get into London that much. But whenever I get into London, it's yeah, I get very worried. Tom Hudson, how's it going? Hello, nice to see you in the chat. So this chat, I'm going to be going through the state of my collection in a minute. This was the first piece I was going through, so I'll be doing that. But also, yeah, I will just be answering questions, chatting. I can even go through why, like, I just want to chat with you guys, get to know some of you a little bit better. It would be really cool because I think I've done one live on this channel before, but it's all very structured content, and I want to do some more loosey-goosey stuff. Loosey-goosey. Yeah, so that's the purpose of this, really. And yeah, I love your videos. And I think Tom Hudson messaged me earlier. I'd love to do a live stream with you guys. I'm going to be on my first live stream in a couple of weeks with the Timekeepers podcast, which I'm really excited about. But I'd love to do some more live stuff, or some more podcasty stuff, some more chatty stuff. Yeah. Thinking of buying the Christopher Ward C60 Lumiere. Would like to hear your opinion. So, I've got some stuff to say about the Lumiere. So, I was thinking of getting either this or the Lumiere. I didn't know. I couldn't choose between this and the Lumiere. I love the Lumiere. I think it's brilliant. And I really, really love it. But the thing that put me off the Lumiere, other than the fact I've already got 2 dive watches, which I'll show you in a minute, is the 22mm lug width. That's the thing that put me off, 22mm. It's just, I think for the size of the watch, because it's 42mm if I remember correctly, the lug width is just too big. It's just a bit chunky. Yeah, it's just a bit chunky, in all honesty, and I would have preferred a 20mm, so I could have used it with other straps. I'd love to see an FXD-esque Lumiere, 20mm lug width, fixed lugs. That would be amazing. Right, I'm yet to get CW, but love my Alliance Fears collaboration. There is a very cool collaboration that I know of coming between 2 British watch brands. I'm so excited about it. I would love to get one, but don't think I'll be able to. But it'll be for British Watchmakers Day in March, and I can't wait to see it. It'll be really, really cool. Yeah, podcast would be really cool. Live would be really cool, Kim. I don't really mind. What's wrong with 22mm? There's nothing per se wrong with 22mm. I just love having all of my watches be, if they've got non-integrated straps, because you can't really do anything about an integrated strap. I just like 20. It's just a personal preference. There's nothing wrong with it per se. I just prefer 20 because I've got a whole box, a chunky ass box of 20mm straps. I've got a couple 22, one or two 18, but I just prefer 20 because it means I've got way more straps to use, and that's just my preference. In all honesty, it's like buying an item of clothing that you can wear with all of your, that's more versatile and you can wear with more stuff. That's all, really. That's all. It's just completely down to personal preference. And yeah. So, let me go into my collection. So, I've got my 12 36mm Ti. That's the newest piece. And then I would say I never really consider it as much as the case is, but now you mention it, strap thickness must also play a part in the aesthetics. It does play a part in the aesthetics, yeah, but also I change straps so much, and I think Mosler from Fear's Watch Owners Enthusiast Group does too. He does it all the time. Lots of people do, and when you're in that, unless you've got loads of money to just buy the same strap 3-4 times, it does matter in terms of how the cost equation when it comes to buying a watch, I guess. But this is another watch I have. This is my Seiko Prospex GMT. So, I've been watching YouTube content for a long time, and in the early days, creators relied on discussing their own collections and would respond to each other's content. That's quite cool. So I feel like I've never had an interesting enough collection to do a collection video. Yeah, simple. Ooh, you'll be in Siren in a few weeks. There's nowhere really in Siren to go watch shopping, but Bristol you could do. Someone made a video responding to you today, wrist unbound. I've had one person make a video about a video I've made. And it was not a very good video they made. It was very critical. It was very, very mean. What's my favourite Rolex of all time? Yes! I like that question. My favourite Rolex of all time is a very, very tricky question. Oh, sorry, Bryn. I think if I had to pick a Rolex out of their modern catalogue to buy, it would 100% be the Steel Explorer. Yeah, the Steel 36mm Explorer 1. Easy source. I love that watch. To me, it's perfect. And their problem with me, Kim, was that I'm cringy. They didn't like me because I'm cringy. He said I know nothing about watches. He was just a very. It was a very mean video. It was a very mean video. This is 36mm, and yeah, this is 36mm, and honestly, for my wrist, I love the size. I honestly love the size. I didn't have a 36mm in my collection or something small, but it's just, I really, really like it, and I've got a ring light on me. It keeps reflecting the ring light, but I'm a big fan of this size on me. Yeah, I mean, it was bad publicity, but this guy had me in a video with Nico, Britt Pierce, and Adrian Barker, and me. So 4 creators: Nico, Britt Pierce, Adrian Barker, and me. That's good company. I'm happy with that. Who can complain? So another watch in my collection is my Seiko Prospex GMT. This was actually a present from Seiko, just how my Christopher Ward was a present from Christopher Ward. It's the Wimbledon rose gold. Okay. Oh, congrats, Bryn. You got your Explorer 1, 40mm. Yeah, among the gods of watch content. Brit is just a lovely person. I'm hoping to see her tomorrow at an event. Brit is actually the person that got me into making watch content. So she was actually one of my clients at Rolex. Or not at Rolex, at Goldsmiths, when I worked with Rolex. Which got me into making watch content. Absolutely lovely person, same as her husband, and her baby is so cute. Her baby's called George, and I'm glad I didn't ruin the name for them, although they spell George normally with a GE rather than my parents who can't spell. But yeah, so this was actually a gift. Well, I won this at Seiko. Yeah, I read all the comments as well, Mozza. He was a real prick, but all the comments were really positive, and a lot of my viewers actually found that video, so that's really, really cool. That's really cool. Yeah, I'll tell her that tomorrow, Kim. But yeah, she was. I met her because she was one of my clients when I worked at Goldsmiths in Bristol. Which was my first job in the watch industry. And it's actually where I won this Seiko. So I was the Seiko ambassador in the showroom. They had a sales incentive going. I sold as a percentage of the national target. I sold the second most in the country, essentially. I got given a £1,400 Seiko Prospex GMT diver. I was very, very pleased about it. I've lost the bracelet for it. I've lost the bracelet, but it's fine because I always wear straps with it anyway. I was never wearing it on the bracelet. I just love it being a versatile strap beast. I got it in the marine green version, which you can sort of see. What did the number one seller get? The top 3 people got one of these, so I was happy. Top 3 people got one of these, so that was all good. Yeah. It's not like I missed out on anything. Another watch in my collection, actually I'll put that one back, because why not? So this is actually on a under-the-cuff NATO strap. Really nice strap. It's a single pass NATO, and I sort of swear by. Oh, nice to catch up, Kim. Speak soon. Thank you so much for joining. You're a cool guy. I do like Brit's content, but I did get into a bit. Yeah, fair enough, Bryn. You don't have to agree with everyone about everything. It's important that you just disagree respectfully. Disagreements are all part of being in a community like this, so it's all cool. Do I prefer Swiss-made or German-made? So, I won't go into specifics, but if I were to choose one integrated bracelet sports watch on the planet, it wouldn't be an AP, a Patek, or a Vacheron. It would be the Alanger und Sonne Odysseus chronograph. If I had one Grail integrated bracelet sports watch, yeah, I just feel like Langer. I feel like the Holy Trinity now, which is obviously touted as the height of watchmaking, is the Holy Trinity specifically of Swiss watchmaking. I feel like it's exclusionary of the rest of the Swiss watch industry. Oh, not of the Swiss watch industry, of the watch industry. I feel like if you were going to make a global holy trinity. You couldn't of mass-produced watches. I'm not talking about of watchmakers, because then you couldn't ignore people like Roger Smith or F.P. Journe and stuff like that. But if you're going to make a holy trinity of mass-produced watches, and I class Lange as mass-produced, even though they only make like 5,000 watches a year, Lange would have to be in there. And I'd probably take out AP. In all honesty, I love AP, but it's very much the Royal Oak company. It's not high horology enough. Yeah, they do some cool stuff, but I think Vacheron and Patek are far more worthy of being in there. So thoughts on the new 222? I like the Laureato for an integrated bracelet. I love the new 222. The gold 222 was beautiful. I have the hiccups. Please do excuse me. Yeah, that gold 222 was beautiful. The new steel one, I was a bit upset it was in blue. I was a bit upset it was in blue. But I love it. Apparently the finishing on the dial and the hands and everything is a bit of a letdown. I was having a chat with someone about it, so it is a bit... Apparently that's a bit of a letdown, but I think it looks amazing. And I was so upset, I forgot to include a steel 222 being on my watch predictions for the year in my watch prediction video. And then the next day, they come out with one. Guys, the next day, I was so mad. I was so mad. Also, unpopular watch opinion I have. Ooh, that's tricky. An unpopular watch opinion I have. I don't know, to be honest. I feel like I'm not that unvanilla. Is there anything I've ever said in a video that's a bit wild? I'm not a massive fan of Patek. I like a lot of their watches, but for me they lack a certain something, a certain bit of soul or character. Amazing watches, but that's simply for me. For me, Patek just lack a little bit of special sauce that someone like Vacheron have. For me, the Vacheron Historique collection, the obviously the 1921, the chronograph with the teardrop shaped lugs, beautiful, and obviously the 222. The Historique collection as a whole is a whole collection where every single watch is nigh on perfect, and I just feel like Patek don't have that. I love the Royal Oak. I do love the Royal Oak. I would get like a 37mm Royal Oak, a Royal Oak Jumbo or something. Is sort of... That would be my number 2 choice after an A. Lange & Söhne Odysseus. I've got no chance of owning either, so my opinion doesn't matter. But yeah, and I feel like Thierry Stern's just made my thoughts on Patek just more valid, to be honest. Royal Oak, yeah, I prefer the Royal Oak to the PP. Oh, hey Kieran, how's it going? So next up in my watch collection is the most expensive watch in my collection. My Casio F91W. I wore this, I think. I've worn this. Ooh, Rolex over Patek over AP. I think comparing Rolex with Patek is like comparing a Rolls Royce with a Mercedes. It's two very different cars. One is uncompromising luxury, and one isn't. A Rolex is a very expensive, very highly finished tool watch. And for me, Tudor occupies the place in the market that Rolex did decades ago. But yeah, whereas Patek is uncompromising luxury. I love getting people's thoughts. AP over Rolex over Patek. Fair enough, Tom. Can't. It's like comparing Maybach and a Lamborghini. Yeah. And then you have Richard Mille that's like a SpaceX rocket. So that's my F91W. I went plain black. I think as far as an F91W goes, there's nothing else in the industry that has the same recognizability, legend status, feature set, and value for money. You wear one of these, and people are just like, yeah, I respect it. They could be wearing a Richard Mille, and they'd be like, yeah, if they like their watches, they'd respect the choice. So why not? Why not? To be honest, my watch collection is fairly vanilla. I saw this on sale. It cost me £11, so I just got it. I just got it. There are very ugly Lamborghinis, for example, the Urus, and beautiful Maybachs. Yeah, I think the Urus is fugly as huck. Uck? Fugly as uck? Yeah, we'll go with that one. G-Shock. This is the watch in my collection I've had for by far the longest amount of time. And there's two other watches in my collection actually that I'll show you that I don't wear, that don't even work, don't fit me, but I have them for the sentimental, for the sentiment, you know. How many watches do I own? 7, 9. I own 9 watches. I'm a big Breguet fan. I must say they do in the next few years to get back in trend. I feel like Breguet don't do anything to stay in trend. They don't try. They don't make an effort to be in trend. Oh yeah, I'm hiding all my Hublots. I've actually got 18 Hublots. I'm a Hublot millionaire just off my Hublot collection. Make that 10 and fill a box, then buy a bigger box. Yeah, I feel like if you want to get the best bang for your buck on the pre-owned market, get a Hublot. Not a Hublot? What am I saying? A Breguet. A Breguet. Can't believe I just said that. If someone clips that and turns that into... Can't believe I just said that. Buy a Breguet. Buy a Breguet if you want the best bang for your buck on the pre-owned market. I'm sorry, Tom. I'm sorry. Oh, I have said it now. I'm ashamed. I'm so ashamed I said that. Caught in 4K. Is this 4K? My Grail watch. I think it's the Langenson Odysseus chronograph. There's a lot of watches that I love in life that I think are just amazing. But the Langenson Odysseus chronograph, yeah. So this is my G-Shock. It's a fairly classic G-Shock. I don't wear it all that often, but I love it. I have another G-Shock somewhere, so I guess I have 10 watches. But I mean, look at the size of this thing. Look at the size of this thing. I'm sorry, it's only 1080. I'm using my front camera on my phone. Oh, how's my phone battery doing? Oh, my phone battery's doing easy. Easy. That's a chunky boy, isn't it? That's a very chunky boy. Look at that. But it's also pretty cool. Like, Oh yeah. Do you like that?
Oh, okay.
Do I look good? Yeah, I like it. Yeah. It's just a good watch, to be honest. It has different time zones. I have got skinny wrists. 6.5-inch wrists. Can I be honest with you guys? I don't watch that much YouTube. Between work and making YouTube videos and playing video games and doing all that stuff, I don't watch an awful lot of YouTube anymore. I do watch YouTube. I've watched YouTube forever. It's one of my big... It's one of the things I love most. Just to relax, watching YouTube. Watching How I Met Your Mother. So far. Or at the moment as well, on Disney+. But I don't watch a lot of... Watch YouTube. I do watch some. I watch videos that tickle my interest. That is me tickling. That is YouTube tickling my interest. It's got no similarity to any other thing that it might be. But yeah, it is really cool to see someone that also follows you. It's really cool to go to an event and for someone to say, do you make YouTube videos? And you're like, no. Top 3 watch YouTubers. I've got to say Brit. Brit is the one that got me into doing it. Brit's definitely the one that got me into doing it. Who else? Definitely Tom Hudson. Definitely Tom Hudson watches. And Watch Yourself George. Those are the top 3 watch YouTubers. Perfect. Our Chinese super clone watches taking over the industry. Maybe on a pre-owned market level, because some of them are really hard to tell the difference. So people being forced to go to they're being forced away from grey market sites just because they don't know what they're buying. But as far as super clones go, people will be they'll be sent off for service and the companies will work it out. I don't think the Chinese market in the Western market is ever going to replace the Swiss, the Germans, even the British watch industry now, but they're definitely encroaching on the territory and the quality is getting really, really good. Yeah, so I just think people are being forced into the arms of, for example, Watchfinder, the certified Rolex pre-owned program, for example, places that can actually have watchmakers trained by the brand so that to certify the authenticity of the watch. Because even when I worked at Rolex, you get watches come in and there's some watches you take a look at, they are terrible fakes. I had one person who bought a watch in. It was a date just. It was an all gold coloured date just on a presidential bracelet, and it was ticking, and it was god awful. It was honestly absolutely god awful. It was one of the worst fakes I've ever seen. I asked him where he bought it, and he replied, Amazon. I had to share with him that I had a concern that it may not be real. I've been waiting... Oh, and I've got a couple fake Rolex stories, actually. There's another one from when I got into a fight in Bath I need to share. I've been waiting 3 years. Maybe when I'm home we could go to the Rolex shop and see if they have one for me. Sounds like a good idea. Yeah, sounds like a really cool idea. I was on waiting list for a Rolex 36mm Explorer for 1 week before I got the call, so I had to say no. Hashtag fake just. Can I smell your farts, please? You're a bit too far away. Who said that? Who said that? Yeah, it's my local AD in Swindon. I know them quite well. It was a week. It was a week I waited for a 36mm steel Explorer. I was astonished. And then I had to say no because my job situation changed. Mr. London. Lair. Who's a... You mean liar? I'm not lying. Proof, please. I'm sorry. I can't provide proof. It was done over the phone. They didn't send me an email. Yeah, they didn't send me an email. I have no proof. You would just have to take my word for it, unfortunately. I don't know. So, Omega, it's weird because Omega do, and it's really annoying. They've got a habit of releasing these watches, and you don't see them rock up in ADs for a while, and it's really annoying. And thank you, Mr. London. Sorry, I'm a bit autistic. I don't get this sarcasm and stuff. But yeah, you don't see these watches rock up in ADs for a while. I was in Bath yesterday. I saw for the first time ever the first Omega in space, and I was like, let me try it on. And that took months. That took months for me to see that beautiful watch, by the way, the first Omega in space. Yeah, absolutely beautiful. But they just take ages to turn up. It took almost 18 months for me to see a Super Racing in a shop, and now every Omega AD I go in, I see a Super Racing with the spy rate movement. He was trying to out Planet Quartz, Planet Ocean was fake. Yeah. Hey, customer, did you buy this on a beach in Barbados? So, yeah. Unfortunately, it's fake, man. But watch number 5 is my Mr. Jones Perfectly Useless Afternoon. Another watch that was one of the watches that catapulted me into loving watches in general. And honestly, it's just so pretty. It's got a duck on the back, guys. It's got a duck on the back and a rubber duck on the dial. Yeah. So I got the mechanical. I got it for less than £500 brand new. Now it's up to about 6. I think maybe 595. But honestly, beautiful. It's gorgeous. I love it. I love it so much. I'd love to get an 18mm NATO strap for it, but you're waiting for your Panda. White dial. So, like, the actual Panda, not the reverse Panda. I mean, so the first time I tried on the white dial Rolex Panda, the steel Daytona, I tried it on and I was like, I've never felt this way about a watch before that, but I tried it on and it was perfect. It was perfect. And I was like, okay, I sort of get the hype. There was nothing wrong with it. It fit perfectly. The curves on the wrist were amazing. I fell for it. The white dial. Can I hook you up with the Fears? Guys, I had a temporary contract at Fears. For that particular video, the my favourite watches of 2024, I had to disclose because I was talking about a Fears. I'm no longer at Fears. It was a temporary contract. So I'm starting a new job on the 3rd of February. That I'll no longer be working in the watch industry in a professional capacity. I just wanted to disclose my professional affiliation with Fears for that one video, because I'm always going to disclose anything that is important with you guys. that may affect my judgment, so that you guys can have a full understanding of where my judgment's coming from. But yeah, the Fears. I'm no longer at Fears. Next watch. This is a dull one, but I love it, and it gets a lot of wrist time because it's cool. So I have it. I have the leather strap for it. I have the integrated bracelet for it, and I actually have 2 different colour of Wrist Buddies rubber straps that they sent me for free. Not sponsored, but it was a gift. I don't know. I mean, if I can come get it off you, Joe, I can show people a Fears. But yeah, this is my Tissot, and I love it. I wear it all the time. Actually, I wear it quite a lot. Yeah, I'll miss our chats at Fears as well. It was always nice when you came in. Okay, bear with me 1 minute, guys. I'm gonna go get a Fears to show you guys. 1 second. 1 second. Okay, thank you. Hello, I'm back. Grab the Fears. I'll go into it in a minute, but let me just finish about the Tissot. Yeah, I love it. I got it for Christmas a few years ago. It's just good. It was one of. It was. I think it was my second watch. Out of these, it was. I think my third after the G-Shock, my Breitling, and yeah, beautiful. Honestly, I got the blue, 40mm from when they first came out. Absolutely love it. But you're all familiar with the PRX, so I don't need to go into that anymore. Fears. I should be doing a review of this and another piece in a little while. But honestly, Fears is... They're such a cool brand. And the Fears Watch Owners Enthusiast Group can attest to this. They're just such a cool brand. Everyone that works there are some of the most passionate, knowledgeable, awesome people in the industry. Honestly. So I cannot fault a single person that works there. Nicholas is incredible and so detail-oriented. He'll go mad for it. But yeah, he's... Yeah, Nicholas is just an awesome guy who has ridiculous eye for detail. For example, on this Fears, if you guys can see that, it's hand enamelled in there with the motif of the Bristol flower. That's the sort of insane detail that Nicholas goes into. And then look at that dial. So it's really hard to see because I've got a massive ring light directly on me, the same one that we use to film our videos. So I might look good, but it's hard to video a reflective surface. So look at that mother of pearl. Oh yeah, that white Fears jump hour. I really want to do some content on it, but I'll see. I might do a video on it with Terry, obviously. But yeah, the sterling silver case, the diamond in the onion crown, like all of their precious metal watches get. It's absolutely incredible. But yeah, is the picture of Lenny in my hat and stuff? Is that wonky? I feel like it might be wonky. What about make a video on Rolex's new boxes? Do they have new boxes? Yeah, I feel like it was a bit wonky. It has to be angled out slightly. Because otherwise it reflects when my... It's not wonky anymore. It looks wonky, but it's not anymore. But yeah, I love this watch. And then the blue Rotaway, custom Rotaway, the Joux Perret. Why is Terry so shy? He just doesn't want to be on camera. And Fierce Watch Owners Enthusiast Mozza can attest this. I was at an event at Red Bar Bristol, and Mike Pearson, the brand director for Christopher Ward, called me out, said thank you to me, essentially, instead of in front of 70 plus people. And I went bright red. The whole room turned around to face me, and I didn't like it. And Terry, well, I just got really shy, and Terry was so thankful that he doesn't get on camera and stuff. So he didn't get called out. No one looked at him. He was anonymous. He was so thankful for that. I like being on camera and stuff, but that sort of in-person notoriety does make me very shy, very, very awkward. Hello, Joe. How's it going? But yeah, I like that watch. That's a nice watch. It's cool. It was very, very cool. It's just beautiful. It's one of the best dials, they said, that they've ever made. Where do you live, Bryn? It's a bit tight on me right now. I can't actually bend my wrist, otherwise I risk damaging the bracelet. But yeah, where do you live? Because North Wales. Ooh, I guess the nearest one would be like Manchester, and that's not good. That's not good. Great idea to come online. But the last watch in this box is my... And this is also on a Wrist Buddies strap. My first Swiss watch, my first luxury watch. And it's also sort of the watch that got me into watches. Look at that beast. Look at that beast. Monster. 45mm, 3,000 meter water resistance, Breitling Avenger 2 Seawolf. I've got it on this rubber strap at the moment, but I also do have the bracelet for it, which I love wearing it on. But I feel like the rubber does look quite cool, and I don't actually think it's giant on my wrist either for a 45mm. Obviously it is big, but I love this watch. I love it so much. I think out of all my watches, it might be the one watch I'd never get rid of. So a bit of context. My uncle was in the Royal Marines for 27 years. And one of the first times he was thinking of retiring, he said when he said he helped design Terry's watch, that was insane. Mine was a skeletonized Bulova, huge watch. Never had seen a skeletonized one before. Yeah, skeletonized watches are just cool. I love the Christopher Ward 12X. It's just interesting. It's just nice. It's just cool, honestly. Just in... And the movement, the SH21 movement that Christopher Ward uses in those is so nice. But yeah, skeletonized watches are just really sick. I feel like they're a great way to get people into watches. But my uncle suggested Breitling as a watch that he might consider getting to retire with. And I was like, wow, I've never heard of that brand. I was 12 or something. I'm going to look them up. So I looked them up and I was like, wow, didn't realise watches could be this expensive. They're thousands of pounds. When he did eventually retire, when I was about 19, 20, he got himself a Breitling Avenger 2 Seawolf. this, but the Royal Marine Special Edition. So when I turned 21, when I graduated from university, I asked for one of these. So we got a pre-owned one from Goldsmiths in Cheltenham, and I've had it ever since, and I love it. It's probably in need of a service. What was the first watch I ever bought? Is it running? Yeah, I do have to knock over old ladies now, unfortunately. Is it running? Yeah, it's running, it's fine. I just needed a bit of a wind. What was the first watch I ever bought? First watch I ever bought was my Mr. Jones. That was the first one I bought with my own money. £500. And to be honest, I think I've only ever bought my F91W. My Tissot was a present. My Seiko was given to me. My G-Shock was a present. And this was a present. And my Christopher Ward was a present from Christopher Ward. So I've done very well for watches. I've only bought 2 of them myself. So yeah, this is the most sentimental watch in my collection. Actually, I say that, but I've got another watch that is also very, very sentimental. And the Fears is my mum's. I'll be entirely honest. The Fears is my mum's. She says it's a family watch, but she's the only person that's really worn it thus far. Yeah, a watch as a gift is sort of the best thing ever. I've got lots of notifications on my phone. So I've got 2 other watches to show you guys, and these are watches that I never wear. They don't work or run. But they're very, very important to me. I can wear it on the 29th of February. Thank you. Thank you, Mum. So this is one watch. It's an Amazon special. It is supposed to look like a Messerschmitt's pilot's watch with some like oily dial, fake patina stuff. And knowing what I know now, it's a bit shit. But at the same time, I love it. It was a present from my dad. He got one too. I must have been about 10, 11. But he got one, I got one, and I was so proud of it. So I'm never getting rid of it. Doesn't run, needs a new battery. I just actually had a look. It's got 20mm lug width, so I'll probably change the strap for something else. But yeah, why would I ever get rid of it? It's just nice. It's so important for my watchmaking, or for my watch journey. And it does also look cool, doesn't it? It is a bit cool. If it's not a Casio, it's automatically cool. Yeah, it is cool. It's got like, yeah. I say it's shit, but it's not, because it means so much to me. I mean, the case back just says Miltac. Look at it. It makes me smile to look at, actually, because it's got a lot of memories for it as well. Yeah. It's quartz. I know nothing about it other than it's quartz. I really need to take it into a Timpson's or something and have them do it, because yeah. But right, and this is the last one. I'm not sure if I should talk about this one, because I don't want to get upset on stream. Who says I should talk about this watch? It might make me a bit sad and a bit upset, but shall we risk it? Shall we risk it? Let me know in the comments. Shall we risk a George mental breakdown? I wouldn't have a breakdown. I'd just get a bit weepy. Yes, go on. Okay. So I put out a community post a couple weeks ago now, where I opened up a bit more with you guys about me, my history. Essentially, when I was 17, almost 9 years ago now, my sister was a young Daniel Katz. I don't know who that is, unfortunately. I'm sorry. But yeah, my sister passed away in a road traffic collision. I'm not going to go into any more detail here today. But this was her watch. Or at least it's the watch I found in her bedroom. I don't even know if it's real. I don't know how to adjust the bracelet, which is someone who's previously worked for Seiko, well, not worked for Seiko, but been a Seiko ambassador in a shop. Yeah, because it doesn't seem as though it has any removable links, despite it having arrows on the links. It's a little Seiko. It's supposed to be a little Seiko 5 date just type thing. Yeah. Yeah, it's called two-tone. But yeah, it doesn't even run. But it stays in my office. It's never going anywhere. Because if I send it to Seiko, I might not even get it back. I say it doesn't run. It's now running. The seconds hand is now ticking along, but it won't tick. And now it's stopped. Yeah, now it's stopped. Pin and collar. You need a pusher tool. I know that. I know that's how it works. But there's no holes for pins. There's nothing. If I move the clasp, there's literally nothing. I've worked for Seiko. Well, I keep saying that. I've been a Seiko ambassador in a shop. There's no pinholes. So how does it work? How does it work? I do not know. But anyway, it doesn't matter if it's real. It doesn't matter if it's fake. Anything. Yeah, I think it might be a solder-only bracelet. But it's weird. Because it has the directional arrows. It has the directional arrows on the links to say which way to push the pin, like you find on a split pin. Yeah, so it's got the directional arrows just like you find on a PRX bracelet or something, except it has no pins. So it's a bit of a Franken bracelet, but I don't know what to think of it. Oh, fair enough, Will. I'll have to go to a pro jeweler judging by what you guys say. I'm not that into like vintage watch market. I only know a lot more about sort of the modern watch market. So it's actually really useful to get your guys' information. Like I always say, I'm not an expert. I'm just a guy who's a bit nerdy about watches. So getting information from you guys is really bloody useful. To be honest, anyone that claims they're an expert is an idiot, because there's always more to know. There's always more to know, okay? That's why I love being corrected, because it means I can discover more stuff. What's in here? Nothing interesting. I mean, do you guys have... Yeah, I was a bit confused. Split in our office. Do we share an office? But yeah, to be honest, I just keep it in here. I don't. Yeah, I don't display it. I've got enough stuff on display in here. Like if I get... Hello. So this is the set, so to speak. So, Rolex magazine, Watchmen, graphic novel. Only one person has ever picked up on the pun of having a Watchmen graphic novel in the background for me and Terry. Who's realised that like, come on, it's a pun. Watch, tee. There is a painting that Dogs on Time at Dogs on Time on Instagram gave me. Absolutely amazing artist, wearing the fears, wearing a hat, and it's Lenny, of course. Even got my necklace and shirt and stuff on. A couple other bits of dressing, for example, me and my sister. Look at that picture. Look at that little retard on the left. He looks so dumb, doesn't he? But yeah, my membership to the British Watch and Clockmakers Alliance. We also have... Oh! It's something that you can never see in the videos because our field of view is too low. But some Lego and some 3D printing stuff I've done. For example... this little phone stand I did of a TARDIS. You can't see any, and it turns in, and it's a little box as well. So yeah, there's just some cool 3D printing stuff I used to do professionally, because I 3D modeled that as well and got it. My last name is fairly public, I think. So yeah, thanks Lego. Look at that. Look at that guy. Look at that dude. I love Lego. And I love Star Wars. So I love Lego Star Wars. What are some things that you guys collect other than watches? Because obviously we're all nerdy. We're all nerdy about watches. So do you guys have any other cool, interesting collections? Or what? Because I collect comic books. Antiques. Ooh, an enterprise. You collect Pokemon cards. That's something I really want to do. But I feel like comic books and watches are expensive enough. And also computing and video games. Those are some very, very expensive hobbies. Watches is a lot. But yes, comics also. So what comics do you have? Let's chat about comics. You're a raw denim guy. Just finished a year-long fade contest. That's cool. I mean, are these of interest? My jeans? They're denim. Brand called Edwin. Edwin jeans are my fave. They just seem like they age well. Never had a pair split. Vinyl records. Been a DJ for 45 years. My God. My dad's a big musician. He loves music. He's taught guitar for over 40 years. So I play a lot of like adventure. I've just refinished Red Dead Redemption 2. I've played that about 3 times now, all the way through, from start to end of the epilogue. But I play a lot of strategy games. I just play games in general. Been looking into Path of Exile 2. Not tried it. I need to play... Or what's it called? I need to play Baldur's Gate 3. I feel like that would be really cool. Really, really cool. Oh yeah, I do sort of collect skateboard decks. By which I mean I have 4. So I collect comic books, so there's some cool like nerdy skateboard decks there. 2 Spider-Man and a Thanos. And I have an X-Men one as well, which isn't on display. Oh God. Can I skate? No. I just like the artwork and think they look cool. I'm one of those. Yes, I'm very much just one of those. I'm very sorry. But I do build computers as well. I do some of that. Do that stuff. Yeah, I like computers. Computing was my first big obsession. Well, after video games. My first big obsession as an adult. Like, if I wasn't doing a tech chat, or if I wasn't doing a watch channel, I feel like I'd quite like to be a tech YouTuber, but that's way harder to get into than watches. And watches I just love as well. I love going to the events. The community's amazing. Yeah, the Todd McFarlane Spidey board is sick. And I have the original comic of that as well, signed by Todd McFarlane. So, yeah, getting the board as well as the comic, it made me very happy. Made me very, very happy. Okay, hopefully catch you soon. Thank you very, very much for joining. Yeah, thanks for joining. Ciao, ciao. Todd lives in my town, or used to. Can you get me to... Brit goes live in 25 minutes. Why is Brit not in here? Everyone go to Brit. Tell her to shout me out. Tell her to shout out my live stream. Brit, George needs a shout out. He's struggling. Have a good one, dude. Yeah, have a good one. Thank you for joining. You're a good dude. Yeah, oh my God. Yeah, Gringa. Watch Gringa is Brett. She's lovely. We love Gringa. We love Gringa on this channel. There'll be no Gringa hate on this channel. She's a ray of sunshine, and you don't have to agree with everything that she says, but she's a straight up ray of sunshine. You had one briefly a few years ago. If you don't mind me asking, what made you stop? Because I'm of the generation where I've always wanted to be a YouTuber, stuff like that. So being able to go live today and be able to make videos and have like 1,000 people watch them and stuff is a bit of a dream come true. And that's just going up all the time. Like, it's really cliche, but you guys are genuinely making my dream come true from when I was a kid. Obviously, I dreamed about making the gaming content and stuff, but I think this is way cooler. I only dreamed about making gaming content because I didn't know what else I would do. It's all I knew. It's all I watched. But I just think this is way, way cooler. Hopefully, I'm going to see Gringa tomorrow. Fierce Watch Owners Enthusiast group. Mozza. Are you going? You're only here for the free beer? Is there free beer? Ooh. Yeah. Is Brit going tomorrow to the event? Is she going to the event? It's too much effort. Editing. editing is why I have Terry. Without Terry, I feel like shit. I would make about a third of a video a year. And it would go terribly. Without Terry. Terry is the lifeblood of this channel. Let's be honest. Without Terry, nothing would happen. I may be here doing shit like this. I may be the face, but Terry does everything that actually matters for the channel, which is why whenever we go to an event, and Mozza would have seen this. Mozza would have seen this the other day. If someone recognises me or something at an event, which happens, and it sounds big-headed, and I don't want to sound big-headed or something, but I have been... People have called me out for making content at events. We should get a puppet, Terry. Just left a comment to shout you out. We'll see what happens then, shall we, Tom? But yeah, I don't want to seem big-headed, but I have been recognised at events before, and whenever that happens and Terry's there, I immediately deflect onto him. I want to make sure that he gets the recognition that he deserves, because this channel would not exist without that guy. He is an incredible person, and he works so hard on this channel. So yeah, I can't say enough good stuff about Terry. I've known him for, oh my god, at least 10 years now. But yeah, the channel was my idea. I was like, hey, Terry, want to do a YouTube channel chatting about watches? And he was like, go on then, what would we do? And I was like, I showed him one of Brit's videos, and I was thinking, maybe something like this. Maybe something like this. So we did a few videos on my sofa downstairs. Did a few videos in here. Have a good day, Will. Thank you very, very much for joining. It's been a pleasure to have you. Thanks for engaging, asking questions. But yes, we did some videos sat on my sofa. We did some videos with a long time. Our main set was in his dining room, actually, with his wall behind me. And yeah, but the sofa set was so cool. But now I actually, so this is my old bedroom. Last year made the decision to move into my sister's old bedroom, so I turned my old bedroom into an office. My sister's bedroom's larger, so I turned my old bedroom into an office. So I have like computer and stuff there. So yeah, Terry's a great guy, and his behind the scenes work is quality. Yeah, I mean, I do the admin, so I reply to YouTube comments, I talk to the brands and stuff to get us watches, but the thing that takes the longest by far is the editing, is the camera work, and to edit and produce 2 videos a week like he does, he puts in way more work than I do. I'm always conscious he gets a bit of a raw end of the deal, but he seems happy. And hopefully he'd tell me if he wasn't, because I try and do everything that I could to make sure he is happy. It takes him a couple hours of video. Like, I want to say like 3 hours of video, sometimes less, sometimes more. Probably 2.5, 3 hours of video, which is not that bad. Let's be honest, it's not bad at all. He will, yeah, we can record a video, he can edit it, and we can record a video at like 6 o'clock. We can have it up by 10 o'clock that night. Hey James, how's it going? Oh, hey, Watch Pappy. How's it going? Nice to see you in the stream. This is the second stream I've done. First one was for 2,000 subs. Bit of a letdown. But but this one is... It is a 12! So I've actually done a full state of the collection on this live stream. Yeah, that's Brit's husband. We love Watch Pappy. Yeah, it's my new 1236 Ti, my present from Christopher Ward for all the content and stuff we've done. Honestly, love it. It's the micro adjust. Look, it's got on the fly micro adjust. You just pull it and it pops. I think in total 3mm. And it's got the other side as well. Honestly, I think that was Terry's big complaint about it when we did a review. That it didn't have micro adjust. So like, the fact it now has micro adjust is so cool. But yeah, this is my newest watch. And the fact it was a present from Christopher Ward, I'm so happy, so excited. Are you attending tomorrow, Watch Pappy? The event at Fears, because it would be great to see you. I've actually really enjoyed doing this live. I wasn't sure whether I should do it, whether I was going to enjoy it, or if anyone would tune in. But it's actually been way bigger than I thought it would. I've had way more people engage with it and join in than I thought possible. In all honesty, I've actually been really slightly blown away by the engagement. Also, what do we think of the shirt? Am I pulling off yellow? Is it going? Is it chill? Right, I've got a question for you guys. I want you to answer. What would you... So, not what do you think you're going to see this year, but what would you most like to see this year? What is your dream watch to be released this year? That if it were released, you would just go, yes, getting it. I'm jumping in. I'm buying it. That's actually a good point, Bryn. I'd like to do it at least monthly. I think a monthly stream would be really, really cool. Maybe eventually I'll reach the point where I get a few super chats and stuff as well. That would be really cool. But yeah, in all honesty, I've enjoyed this so much. I would love to do it monthly. What are the best days to go live? I've got no idea. I just sort of I just picked a random time. I had dinner. I came upstairs, went live, you know? I'm using my phone, for goodness sake. Actually, how much battery do I have left? Oh, I've got loads of battery. I'm killing it. And I have this big quiff at the moment. I had a haircut the other week. Now my hair is super short. Should I get the mustache back? Because, you know, for a while I had like a twirly mustache. Should I get it back? Was that a vibe? There was one guy in the comments, Mr. Malou. He loved it. He loved that mustache so much. Every video he'd be like, I love the mustache, George. You're good in the watch game, but you're the best in the mustache game. Ooh, you're going live tomorrow. Unfortunately, I'm not available tomorrow night or tomorrow evening. I'm very, very sorry. What does this button do? Retouch. Let's retouch some stuff. No, leave the beard as it is. Okay, I will leave the beard as it is. Which CW are you tempted to buy, did you say? I can't remember which Christopher Ward you're tempted by. People with quiffs are the best. A spring drive Seiko this year would make me really happy. I'm a psychopath. A psychopath. That made me laugh. Yeah, a new spring drive Seiko. A spring drive Seiko dress watch would make me really happy. I love Grand Seiko. I need a Grand Seiko in my collection at some point in the future. I need a spring drive in my collection at some point in the future. I wouldn't get a Grand Seiko if it wasn't spring drive, because the perfect sweep of the second hand is just absolutely perfect. I love it so much. Yeah, that perfect sweep of the second hand is just stunning. It's gorgeous. It makes me so happy. In all honesty, it makes every single other watch, no matter what it is, no matter how high the frequency of that movement, spring drive just makes every single other watch look juddery and poo. Let's be honest. Should I put on my hat? There we go. I'm going to shoot. I need to call my family from the yacht. Thank you very much for joining. You're a legend. Thank you. Hope you have a good night. Thank you. It has been a good first live. I've really enjoyed it. Hopefully the second one is as good, because I can't do a state of the collection every single time. It might get a bit boring, so I'll have to think of things to talk about. So, Bryn, what 12 are you thinking of getting? Sorry, my teeth. I'm always self-conscious about my teeth because I feel like they're quite yellow, but yeah, black and white hat does look cool, but they're not going on sale at any point in the short to mid future. Short to mid-term future. No point are they going on sale. So this isn't a plug. I'm not trying to plug these. I just think it looks cool. Thank you very much, Chris. Thank you very much for joining. Have a great evening. Yeah, this is my first live. Well, I did another live for 2,000 subs, but that one was a flop. I tried something, it didn't work. I just wanted to play a couple games and chat, but it didn't really work. It wasn't great, but this has been way better. This is like an actual just chatty, nice, fun live. And the purple stainless steel's really cool. I feel like purple watches, they were a massive vibe a couple years ago. You even saw Fears do one. You saw a lot of places do one. You fancy something a bit more flamboyant? I appreciate that. Like, I do like this because even though it's just blue, it is a bit flamboyant, isn't it? Like, it's lagoon blue. It's a bit, yeah. It's just got something a little bit different to it. But I don't have a very out there collection. It's not that flamboyant. My Mr. Jones is my most flamboyant watch, and I still got that because it was probably the least flamboyant watch they do, while still being really, really fun. And it's also the most iconic watch they do, so I appreciate that reason to get the purple. I feel like I need some more flamboyant stuff, but I'm a bit of a sucker for getting versatile items of clothing and stuff. He says wearing a bright yellow shirt, like, what's he on? But yeah, I'm a bit of a sucker for versatility. So I feel like I do need to branch out a bit. Like, even my shoes. I'm just wearing plain Converses. Plain black and white Converses. Size 10. I am going to British Watchmakers Day, and I'll tell you what, I cannot wait for what a certain British watch brand is doing. Not Fears. I can't wait to see what another different British watch brand is doing, because I got the press release from them yesterday, and oh my god, Mozza, you're going to be very, very interested. But yeah, oh my god, I'm so excited. Oh my god, I got the email yesterday. So we'll be making a video about it. The video will be going up this month about this watch. But I couldn't be more excited. It's going to be so cool. It's going to be so cool. It's a collab between two of the biggest brands there. I'm fairly sartorially challenged. My wife laughs that I'll pay hundreds for a watch but won't spend on clothes. See, I will spend on clothes. This shirt was on sale and it was about £50. 40, £50. I can't actually remember. But this was on sale, which was fairly cheap. Declan. How's it going, Deckers? Is that Police Declan? Is that Declan? Is that the Declan I think it is? I think I remember the green SMP. Are you enjoying your watch? Are you enjoying it? It was at Goldsmiths, wasn't it? Because I've worked at a couple places now. But are you enjoying it? I hope so. Such a nice watch. I think I sold 2 or 3. Oh, I think I remember the specific SMP. Yeah. Remind me of your name. Because I think I'd only been there a little while. Yeah, I hadn't been in that shop very long, maybe a month or two, when I sold that watch. I think you were the first person to buy an SMP off me. So that's super cool that you've found the live stream. Or did you find me on... I probably told you about the channel at the time, actually. What am I saying? What am I saying? Declan, you are Police Declan, aren't you? Confirm it. Confirm it. Oh. Back in a bit. My wife is bugging me to make her a cup of tea. Sounds like my mum with my dad. He was wearing you were wearing a black Speedy at the time. Ooh, I remember. I remember that. I remember that very, very well, actually. Oh, nice to see you here. Glad you're doing well. Have you picked up any more watches since? And Declan, when you get in your Breitling, have you picked up your Breitling yet? And have you decided which Breitling? Hey, it's true. Hi Holly, how you doing? Nice to see you in the stream. No, not yet. Just paid for my night rating, so can't afford any watches. How much is your night rating? That must be really expensive. If you can't afford any watches, you need a Breitling, mate. You need a Breitling. You need that orange one. Oh, where did I see that orange? They had one in Bath. They had one in Bath, in the Bath Breitling shop. I saw it yesterday. You need to get it. How are you doing, Holly? What have you been up to? Although, picked up a Breitling Blue Super Ocean new version. Since then, great watch. It is a nice watch. Did you get that from Cabot Circus? Yeah, did you get that from Cabot Circus as well? The shop there. I do love Breitling. Obviously, I've got my Avenger 2 Seawolf. They're just great. I might part on my Avenger for a bit. Ugh. Mallory's. Oh, see. Yeah, I love Mallory's. Although I've had mixed experiences in Mallory's. Yeah, rather mixed. it must be said. I'm wearing my Breitling now. And look, it's just so cool, isn't it? I haven't set the time, but still don't own a watch. Why don't you own a watch? Own a watch. We can go. Should I take you watch shopping? Should we go into Bath and I take you watch shopping and we buy you a watch? Is that something you'd enjoy? Bezel action on the Breitling is amazing. Okay, listen to this, guys. Listen to this. Oh, yeah. It sounds super tight. And it also feels it as well. Oh, honestly, that's incredible. I love it. I love it so much. I'm being such a nerd. Although, I say that, that's sort of the whole channel's thing, but I've been going for an hour and a half. We need to get her viewers to raid this stream. James, we need to get Great Brit viewers to raid my stream. I feel like that would be... It would make me very happy. Let's be honest. Shrek's Swamp. What about Shrek's Swamp? Does he have a boulder? Does he have a nice boulder? Yeah, I can see Brit's just gone live. Chatting about the Vacheron 222. If I get some... I want one with a nice green colour. Okay, Holly, how much would you spend on a watch? How much would you spend on a watch? I'd take you watch shopping. If you wanted. I'd do that. I would help you not waste your dollars. Thank you very much for joining. I will tell Terry that you're enjoying our stuff. Thank you very much for joining. Thanks for engaging and stuff. Oh, we need to get Brits people to raid the stream because I feel like that would be just stupid fun. If her viewers raid the stream, I will wear a traffic cone on my head. How does that sound? I will put a traffic cone on my head. I've got one. The budget will not be high. That's fair enough. I would not expect it to be high. You're not a watch person. I'll prove I have a traffic cone. I'm not sure why anyone would doubt me. No, not a GIMP mask, Declan. I don't have a GIMP mask. But I do have a traffic cone. I broke a law and stole a traffic cone. This was years ago, though. I don't even remember how many years. But this is Coney. It's very it's a very imaginative name, isn't it? We've very much got off of watches here, haven't we? But oh, we're down to 4 viewers. Oh no. That's very sad. Yeah, you can tell Brit started streaming because she is a lot more interesting and entertaining than I am. But then again, she does also have 280 something thousand subscribers. Like she is. Oh, hello, Bryn. He's back. Guess who's back? Back again. Bryn is back. My uncle is called Bryn, and he is nice. So, do you guys have any more questions for me? I'm here to answer questions. Any questions about how we make content, about watches, about my life, anything? Ask. Give me things to talk about. And you're back as well. Dr. Bob's Nightmare is back. What is Dr. Bob's Nightmare? What did Dr. Bob have a nightmare about? What made him sad? There's a moth. Sorry, I'm not usually on camera for this long, so you're genuinely just seeing my autism really come through. Oh, he was an alcoholic. What got me into watches? It was my uncle. I think I mentioned this story earlier. My uncle was one of the biggest things that got me into watches. It was always something that me and my dad were sort of interested in together. But then when my uncle mentioned Breitling, it massively sent me down a rabbit hole of exploring watches. I ended up looking in the window of every watch shop as we went past. I feel like watch shops and watch shop windows are such a massive part of getting people into watches and the watch industry. I feel like for normal people, having those watches in the windows, the marketing that does is incredible. It creates, more than seeing them on people's wrists, it creates a sense of aspiration. As a kid, I was looking into those windows, seeing a watch that was thousands of pounds in that window, and I'd be like, my wife realised I was obsessed with watches before I did. How? Please explain that. I'm actually genuinely very interested, because I feel like a lot of us in this hobby are a little bit or very autistic. So yeah. Yeah. What would you do if someone bought you a Tommy Hilfiger watch? I would say thank you and pretend to really, really like it. To be honest, depending on the watch, I might really, really like it. But it would mean that they know what I'm passionate about. It just means that they don't know much about the hobby, which is fine. I can't criticise it, and it's a present, so I would like it. I'd thank them for it, and I'd treasure it. I might not wear it all that much, but I'd still treasure it because it's a present. It's a thoughtful present from someone who had all well-meaning intentions. Watches can be addictive too. Who knew? All of us. We all knew watches can be addictive. There's a reason that right here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 watches. I've got another 2 on my desk, which are review watches. Actually, this is really cool. Let me show you this. So this is a watch I borrowed from someone at Red Bar Bristol. That's pretty cool, isn't it? It's an alarm watch. (1953) JLC Memovox. Not a cricket. It's a JLC Memovox from 1953. I've currently got the hour hand set to the alarm time, so all I need to do is give it a wind and it starts chiming, which is why it's working the way it does, but yes! And it's a really pretty little piece. Obviously not the original strap, but it's so cool. We'll be making a video on it at some point. But honestly, it's just really pretty. It's even got a slightly water damaged dial, but it's a really cool watch to borrow. Obviously not mine, but absolutely beautiful. Really nice piece. She used to take the piss that I couldn't pass a jeweler's without stuffing. I knew I liked watches, but I knew very little at the time. The only brands I knew were Seiko, Rolex, Timex, and Tag. Yeah, So for a long time, the only brands I knew were Rolex, Omega, Breitling. Breitling's obviously the brand that got me into watches. So for me, Rolex, Omega, and Breitling were sort of the big three. They were sort of my holy trinity of watchmaking. And then I fell more and more down the rabbit hole. I got to know watches better, and I realised I was an idiot. I realised I was a moron. But that's generally how it goes with hobbies. The more into a hobby you get, I feel like you always look past on your past. You always look back on your past self, and you go, "What was I thinking? I knew nothing." Yeah, and you sort of get embarrassed by yourself. And I'm sure in 2 years I'll look back on how I was today. To be honest, I look back on myself in August 2023, and the fact that I started a YouTube channel about watches at the time, and I'm like, how did I start that YouTube channel? At the time, I'd been working in the watch industry professionally for like 3 months total. I didn't know enough to start a YouTube channel. Hey Declan, I knew more than anyone else in that shop, okay, in Newbury. I knew more than anyone else. I knew the manager had been in the industry for years, and she knew far less than me. She is a pathetic... I don't like the manager in that shop I worked in. Not Goldsmiths in Cabot Circus, got nothing against them, but the manager of that particular shop is a nasty piece of work, and I knew more than her. I'm not saying what shop it is. I'm not like that. I'm not dropping anyone into anything, but that particular shop in that particular town was horrible. And I knew more than her. But I look back on myself now when I started this YouTube channel, and I'm like, I didn't know enough to start a channel. And to be honest, even today, I make a tier list and I'm like, what am I talking about? I don't know enough to rank these brands or these watches or whatever. But then I just realise, a tier list is literally just my perception and my opinion. And if someone wants to watch it for my perception and my opinion, it doesn't all have to be based on empirical fact. It's just, as I said, perception and opinion. Well, Bryn, it's funny that you say that, because that is exactly the reason I preface every single video by saying I'm not an expert. I'm just a nerd. We make these videos for the fun of it. I know I don't know everything. That's why I invite challenge and corrections and stuff in the comments. I don't want to pretend like I'm preaching at people. If I get preachy, either I'm getting way too big for my boots, or I'm doing it for comedic value. Okay? If you actually go down into the description of any of our videos, it does say in big text, this is just for comedic value. I feel like a lot of what I say, I mean it, but it's not to be taken seriously. It's genuinely not to be taken seriously. It's just a laugh. It's me and Terry behind a camera having a laugh. I'm trying to make him giggle if I'm saying anything really outlandish. I think that's a big reason why our videos work, because I'm literally just sat there trying to make one of my best mates stood behind the camera giggle a little bit, trying to keep him a bit engaged in what I'm saying. And in all honesty, a lot of that gets cut out, because a lot of it is not appropriate. But yeah, that's sort of our ethos behind making videos. We don't want to preach to anyone. We don't want to tell anyone what they should be buying or what they shouldn't be buying. I'm just giving my opinion. If you love something, if you like something, that's why I said, even on our worst watches of the year list, if you like any of those watches, other than the Trump watch, but if you like any of those watches, get them. Like, honestly, honest to God, just get them. Because if you like it, if you love it, if you think it's a good spend for your money, just get it. Sorry, I'm now preaching about preaching. What an idiot I am. What an absolute moron. I shouldn't have taken off my shirt. I'm getting a bit cold. When I had my channel, the community was a bit more blokey and toxic, which put me off a bit. That's something I love about you, Bryn. It's something I love about the rest of my community. I feel like my community is so cool. It's so lovely. It's one of the nicest communities I've seen. And you're a big part of that. It's all very supportive. If people disagree, it's just we have a little chat. And I'll be honest, I can be really slow to reply to YouTube comments. I can be really slow to reply to YouTube comments. And a big reason for that is I lose the motivation. I struggle a lot with mental health, so I lose the motivation to reply to comments, so I have to do them in big bursts, otherwise I don't do it at all. And I feel really guilty about that. People have taken the time to comment on the video. I've asked them to comment on the video. They've taken the time to comment on the video, and then I can take days to reply. So, like, I'm sorry. But I can find it really difficult to, like, dedicate the headspace to it, because, yeah. And there's not really an excuse to be made. What do you appreciate, Declan? I can't remember what I said. I cannot remember what I said in the slightest. Please remind me. Enlighten me. What's going on in my other phone notifications? I'm from Bahrain. Greetings from Bahrain. Really nice to have you in the live stream. Longines Legend Diver Bronze on the way. Good show. Thank you. Oh, first of all, thank you very much. Glad you enjoy it. Second of all, good choice. I'm a big fan of Legend Diver, actually. I just think it's a really cool sort of compression style watch. I think the new one is a lot cooler. My only complaint about it is the fact it looks like it says 91 and 13 at 9 and 3. That's my only complaint about it. Otherwise, really cool watch. I think it's one of my favourite Longines in their collection, so great choice. Also, I need a bronze watch at some point. I feel like I need something. I need watches that aren't just steel. Well, he says having just got titanium. But I need watches that aren't just steel, watches that look a little bit different, and bronze is a great choice. So congrats on your purchase. That's, yeah, a little bit jealous. It's cool. What are everyone hoping to pick up next? What's everyone's intended next purchase? So Bryn, you're hoping to get the 12 in steel and purple. Declan, you decided on a Breitling? Have you decided? Oh, I'm getting a bit chilly actually. I'm going to put my jacket back on. I say jacket, shirt, thing. Oh, I also definitely need some water. Guys, I'm going to go get some water quickly because I am getting thirsty. Be right back. Oh, hello. Ah, the aerospace. You picked up too many last year. Are you intending to pick up another one this year, Mozza? I think you'll be very interested in the watch from a certain British watch brand, very fun British watch brand. I think you'll want to get that watch, Mozza. Mozza, do you have a Studio Underdog? You might sell your Aquaterra for a Zenith El Primero original. I'll tell you what, the Chronomaster, I love that watch. I would consider getting a Chronomaster instead of a Daytona. It's super, super cool. But a Zenith, I feel like, is such a good watch to have in your collection. The El Primero, that movement is amazing. Obviously, it's one of the coolest. It's not a Fears, Declan. It's not a Fears. To be honest, even if you guessed the brand, I wouldn't tell you what it is, because it's under embargo. But it's not a Fears. And I'm hinting, but there's a lot of most big brands that are there are going to have an exclusive British Watchmakers Day watch. So I'm hinting at something that people know is coming anyway. So yeah. Not shitty Bremont. Bremont is they've made choices. They've definitely made design choices, and I feel like people aren't all that impressed with the design choices, are they? Oh, did I drop out for a second? I think I dropped out for a second. Yeah, people aren't all that impressed with the choices Bremont have been making as of late. How's Brits? Fairer? It's not fairer. I feel like I won't be able to hide my face when you guys guess it. Should I go over to my desk and join Brit's stream? Me and Terry will be going to British Watchmakers. It will be me, Terry, and actually a third person as well. My friend Calvin, who has an afro. Calvin isn't that into his watches, but he really enjoys the stuff around them. I went into Mallory's and stuff with him the other day. I can't tell a lie. I simply can't tell a lie. But yeah, me, Terry, and Calvin should all be going to British Watchmakers Day in March, and I can't wait. It's going to be such a good day. It's going to be great. What the hell have they done getting rid of the wings? I just feel like the new logo is far too Stone Island-esque. It's not... If it didn't have the word Bremont under it, the logo would be useless. It wouldn't say anything about what they do. It wouldn't... It's a terrible logo. It really is. Some of their new watches and their designs have grown on me. Bremont was in a tricky position. They were, still are, but they were hemorrhaging money. And they appealed somewhat to the 5% of the watch industry, of the watch buying public, which is the enthusiast crowd. So the enthusiast crowd accounts for 5% of watch buyers. But they didn't appeal too much to the 95%. And that's what their new collection is trying to break out of. But they're not really appealing to the 95%, and they've alienated the 5%. So they had to do something. They had to break out. But it remains to be seen whether they manage to build success or whether it's just going to keep falling flat on its face. The front solo was one of the first watches I wanted to collect when it came out. The front solo. I feel like I need to go to my computer now. Have a look see what this looks like. That should read... Oh, God. What's going on? Ugh. Okay. Bremont. Bremont Solo. That is a cool watch. I'm sorry, yeah, that is a very, very cool watch, to be fair. It's Brit Live right now. I'm gonna look up Brit's live stream. I'm gonna call out. I'm gonna give myself a shout out on Brit's live stream, or is that scummy? Can't believe I'm doing it. Is she talking? I'm listening to it. James Bond is in there. I'm live watching someone else live stream. This is so dumb. I feel like I should go back to my... Oh. Right, guys, I think I'm going to end the live stream here. I've been live for pretty much like 2 hours. So it's been really nice to chat with you guys, though. Thank you if you have joined in. If you have... Yeah, if you have asked any questions, if you have engaged at all, thank you very, very much for doing so. You guys are all the absolute best. So thank you. Bye bye. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow.